Week 1 focused on capstone assessment. Week 2, let's get started. Hello, my name is Jeremy. I'm a paramedic and current nursing student, and welcome to The Real Truth. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell for future videos we upload on Wednesdays and Sundays. So the basis of this week when it comes to West Coast University in the final semester is basically you are going to be taking your assessment for fundamentals, and then afterwards you're going to be doing your pre-assessment for pharmacology. But the biggest thing for Capstone is actually doing these professional affiliation charts. The purpose of this chart is along the way you may have gotten a certain GPA, you may have actually been signed up to be a member of it. Just being a nursing school, you are a member of the American Nursing Association. Those are pretty much resume builders, so when you graduate you can have one set thing that pops up on your resume. So let's start with a few examples. The National Student Nurses Association focus on career development and focus on the initial licensing of the nurse in itself. So it offers resources such as NCLEX resources, student services guides, and career planning tools, basically. The Emergency Nurses Association. This organization focuses on offering even free continuing education in global networks and job opportunities in a clinical setting for people in that area, which affects ER, ICU, and various categories in that area. So if you're looking for free continuing education, because it can basically get expensive if you're not in the hospital, that might be a route to basically go. And there's different chapters that will reach out to you if you graduate with like a 3.5 GPA or above, or the top 25% of your thing, that immediately stands out to hospitals in your local area that like, hey, yeah, this brand new nurse, maybe yes, this person is a brand new nurse, but they had the capability of getting this leadership or this amount of GPA. It shows the commitment that they have to nursing. So that's the reason why some hospitals in a populated area will hire these new grads with these GPAs, because they know that they'll probably strive, especially with a BSN, to basically become like a charge nurse or go up further up in their education, or just be willing to follow the hospital's policies and procedures to the point where they can teach other people. So it's worth the investment by having certain credentials such as that. But back to the week 2 assessments in this particular case right here. Beforehand, this Wednesday we have our test on fundamentals, the proctored level. So you're going to focus on the practice questions. You're going to focus on the resources that your ATI educator is basically going to give you, because the more practice questions that you do, it familiarizes yourself with the material. If you get it wrong, it lets you know why you got it wrong, and then you can you can keep it as a mental note. And it also focuses on your test taking strategies. After that point, then you're going to have to do your pre-assessment for pharmacology, and then you're going to have to start doing the practice questions from there. And then you also have your online class with the capstone, where you have to do your initial post, and it'll be the first week of your clinicals, either that Saturday or Sunday. And from there they pretty much do their like knowledge checks, and what the knowledge checks basically consist of is they give you an assignment in the clinical setting, and you would have to basically do like a recap of the scenario that you've been running with the whole entire day. If it's virtual, it'll be right in front of you, and you just do a brief description. Another emphasis is basically you're going to set up your appointment with career services. During that time span, they're going to have you send in your resume. They're going to have you they ask you what type of specialties that you want to go into. I particularly wanted to go do ER and ICU, so I looked for like trauma centers. I looked for well-known emergency rooms. But my biggest emphasis was trying to find a residency so I don't develop bad habits. And career services at West Coast University explained the process per hospital of the residency. So for us, for the general aspect of it, you're going to need letters of recommendation. You're going to need your unofficial transcripts. You're gonna have to set it up on your resume, your clinical hours, to let you know which facilities you have visited. It's gonna, just so they can have a general idea, because you're a new grad and you're coming with a background that you don't have any previous healthcare. So it's to boost it up so it can basically stand it out. So like a lot of employers like the aspect, especially coming from a new grad, of paying attention to detail. If you can bring that to the company, it's well worth the investment. And if you're willing to put that uh, attention to detail to them, it may be like, hey, okay, this guy could be with us for a good amount of time span, and we could see a return on our investment. With that being said, they also emphasized the importance of putting down awards and what you accomplish on the way, or if you was ever on the dean's list. That's another big aspect that would stand out and put you above other people. So just a little tit for tat that the career services pretty much went over at West Coast University. Um, but for the most part, it was recapping. It was going over associations. You got to do your pre-assessment. Got to do your practice questions. Turn initial post. Professional affiliation chart, and set an appointment with career services so they can rework your resume and increases your chances of getting hired. So, hope this was helpful. Like, comment, and subscribe, and see you in the next video.